It is early spring at the Shemelba refugee camp, and the air is exceedingly hot and dusty. The landscape is a dry, barren expanse of land sparsely populated with trees. The camp is home to 14,000 refugees, all of whom have escaped violence and persecution in Eritrea. Back home, they were subjected to arrest for voicing political dissent or practicing a religion that the government does not support. They faced harsh conscription laws, which allow the government to keep citizens in military service for up to 10 years. Some of those who flee to protect themselves or their family members end up here in the Shemelba camp, located a mere 19 miles from the border. Ethiopia and Eritrea have a long history of conflict, with much of the fighting taking place here. Landmines lie dormant along the border, triggered by unaware civilians. 70% of the refugees here are children, and the numbers continue to grow. About 500 new refugees flood the camp each month, searching for protection, a place to call home. Each refugee is given about 30 pounds of food rations a month, about the size of a bag of dog food, containing mostly grains and beans. Everyone we spoke to, without exception, complained bitterly that it is not enough to live on. Cooking fuels are scarce, and thus, as the camp population grows, so does competition for precious fuel. Women walk up to 6 miles in search of firewood each day, leaving them vulnerable to rape and assault. The camp has the unmistakable appearance of a long-term settlement, yet few express any real sense of belonging. Refugees here are forbidden from working, and without money, most cannot afford an education. For most, resettlement to Europe or the US is the only alternative to languishing in the camp for decades. Anyone returning to Eritrea would be persecuted by the government, or worse. Occasionally, there are brief, joyous moments of hope when someone is offered resettlement and the community celebrates with song and dance that lasts for up to a week. Though the situation is bleak, there is still hope for these refugees. You can be part of the solution. Support USCRI and demand an end to human refugee warehousing.